What's up, fellow Minecrafters and people who don't have Minecraft but watch videos about it anyway? My name is Deadkoalas, and I'm here to introduce and give you guys a tour of my newly released map, Titanic, and to answer any questions that you may have. The link for the description is in the down. The link for the download is in the description for those of you who would like to download it. So, without further ado, let's get started. The first thing you'll notice when you enter download this map and start on it is these signs. You can read, and it says, "Thank you for downloading Deadkoalas Titanic. It is recommended that you play on peaceful. It is very recommended that you play on peaceful because there are dark spots on the ship that I didn't light because there was no need to light them. So don't, or else the ship might be destroyed by creepers. Hope you have a good trip to America. After all, the ship is unsinkable. What's the worst that can happen? See what I did there? Yeah. Quickly now, your train for Southampton is departing. So, walk outside, see your train. Get inside, push the button, and off we are to Southampton to board Titanic. Now you may notice that the game is in creative mode simply because I want to let people fly around. And there she is. There is my Titanic. Giving you guys a quick cinematic view of it before we pass behind this building and it disappears for a little bit. And there it is again. One last look at it before we go into the building. So, once you're inside this building, you'll notice these buildings contain the luggage check-ins. So, walk here, drop your luggage off, get sent all the way to the cranes which lift it up into the cargo bay. So, like I said, we're going to start with the tour. And I'm actually going to give you guys a tour of this in the order that I built it. So, starting with D deck. And I know D deck is a very odd place to start. It's the middle of the ship. Why start middle of this ship? Why not start top or bottom? And there is a reason why I did. I don't feel like going into it right now because it's very long and complicated. But if there are people out there who would like me to go into why I started on D deck, please let me know, and I will post another video explaining to you why I started on D deck. So to get started, we are going to start here with the fireman's cabin. This is where firemen who worked the boilers would sleep, and this is pretty much what they did. Their entire day was based on wake up, walk down these spiral staircases all the way to the boiler rooms, shovel coal into the boilers, walk back up, eat, come back in here and sleep. So they pretty much lived in the front of the ship completely. Over here is their lavatories. And anytime you see something like this on the ship, this is a bathroom. So like toilet, flush. So that's what that represents. And these things are sinks, obviously. Walking up to get to the next part, we actually have to go up through C deck. Down here into the third class open space. Now, for those of you who watched the movie, this is where I guess where Jack and Rose did their dance party thing. But ignoring the movie, this is just a third class open space where they played cards, had drinks, stuff like that. So nothing too exciting. And we have to get to the next point. I got to go up and through the grand staircase, but I'm not going to show you that, guys, yet. So I'm just going to meet you there. Alright guys, we're back. One thing I forgot to mention is if for those of you who downloaded the map, if you guys are walking around the ship and notice that there is one of these signs that is either misspelled or not labeled at all, feel free to leave a comment and let me know, and I'll fix it and put out a new map, an updated map with it, because there's so many signs of the ship and my spelling is really bad, so there's a good chance that I misspelled or forgot one of the signs. Anyway, on with the tour. We are on D deck, so we're right now in the first class D deck rooms, and this is one of them. You guys may see that they're kind of small, or think they're kind of small, but I decided to go for more historical accuracy with the amount of rooms in a certain place, rather than go for what looks, well, like a big room. So, like, this is only a 3x3 room, but this is already 9 feet long, and you're supposed to think about you're going to add another 1.5 feet on each side because the room's walls are pretty thin, where these are about 3 feet thick walls. So you're adding a whole another 3 feet onto this. So it's a what 12-foot room. So that's pretty big still. And you don't need a lot of room for traveling. So I think they look fine just the way they are. The way the ship's a lot of the room decks are laid out are rooms on the starboard, rooms on the port, and then some rooms in the center. Usually there's little lavatories in the center. Like here we have the gents lavatory, and also the baths. Also, note if you guys are looking around and you see these blocks of water floating around, just pretend it's a bath, because I'm already using the cauldrons for sinks, so just pretend that floating block of water is a bath. Use your imagination. It's the same, so we're same on both sides, so we're just going to continue on into the D-deck reception. Here we have the elevators with ladders in them, so you can go up and down. Coming around to the grand staircase portion of D-deck with the chandelier. Not much, just reception hall. People came down, waited for dinner. When it was time to go get dinner, they walked in here into the first class dining room. And now the tables, some people might wonder why I decided to do white cloth, instead of the fence and pressure plate table, because I want to represent tablecloths, and I felt this looked a little better than the regular tables. So that's why I was fly here. That's why I chose those. Also, it looks better as a full table like this to do it this way than the other way. So let's continue on. From back here, we get into the kitchen. If I can get through. There we go. And now you notice we have first portion of the kitchen. This is kind of the portion of the kitchen where the waiters would walk in and pick up their pretty much ready to grab food, grab it, and walk right out. So that's what this is. And all of the equipment I have labeled. Like this is kind of like a quick range to heat things up. Oven. This thing is what's called a bain marie. So it's like a thing of hot water which puts a tray on it to keep things warm. A hot press for quick. Well, a hot press. Whatever you need to make in a hot press. It's the same thing on both sides, pretty much, except I have more hot presses on the sides. Stairs up, stairs down. And so you have all these other things like china, cold locker, glass, which I have all glass in there, glass bottles, oysters, decided to be a little funny and put ender pearls in there, because obviously there's such thing as oysters in Minecraft. Anyway, continuing on. This is the actual kitchen portion. Again, just like ranges for like an ovens are all labeled. So like knob there. This thing's a huge range going on here. Vents, that's what these things are. A grill. More ovens. Sinks are back there. Knives in there. And now we're going to continue on over. Nope, no, it was over here. Into this hallway, this side. Baker shop. In here, just things for like confectionery things. So, cocoa beans, sugar, wheat, cake and cookies are back there. Ooh. Then we have the butcher shop. So, like meats in here. All your raw meat. And first class, second class pantry. This is where, like the first class one where they come pick up their food, this is exactly what this is. They come pick up their food and walk right out. So that's what this is all, the whole thing is about. Now over on the other side, we actually in the center we have more knives, more china, more glass, more silverware, hospital right here, attendant, and these are just rooms where the sick people would go. Bathroom, lavatory, more rooms, infectious hospital, right here. It's just more rooms. Wasn't it smart of them to put the hospital and infected hospital right next to the kitchen? I know, smart, but that's 1912s for you, not too sanitary. Well, not as sanitary as today. Hole for the hoist going down all the way to G-deck with the refrigerators, refrigerated cargo. Back here is the second class dining hall, I decided to keep the tables the same, but I decided to tone it down a little bit with the all this the wooden log floor because I wanted to show that it was kind of nice. So spacey tables are nice, but it's not exactly first class, so they get this kind of a floor. Looks nice, looks cool design, but it's not as elegant as the first class table. Going, oh, actually missed the staircase. Two second class staircases. This is one of them. This one I believe goes only up to A deck, and it also has an elevator in the center. And the other one, which is right back here, this one goes all the way up to boat deck. And speaking of second class, these are the second class rooms and cabins right here. Again, getting small in the first class rooms, but it's supposed to be small in the first class rooms because it's a second class room. Continuing on, more second class cabins. Getting to third class stairs right here. Restrooms, men's, women's. And now this is a typical third class room right here. I know it's only 2 blocks big, but it's as big as I can make them because now again I'm trying to go historically accurate here, so just use your imagination and pretend it's a third class room. And it ends right here. Pretty much this is it. This is the back of the ship going on here. So that is the end of part 1. That was tour of D deck. Next episode is going to be tour of C deck. So later, guys.